What is going down, my family? My goodness, there is some blood in the streets. Have you guys seen this? Have you guys seen this? Oh my goodness, man. Please, somebody tell me what is going on. How am I just waking up to all of this blood? Goodness gracious. So what's up, team? Please talk to me. Please talk to me. What are we looking at? What are we looking at? Oh my goodness, man. Take a look at COSM, brothers and sisters. This thing has capitulated to a serious level, invalidating the spring from the 45 that we were talking about. Huge fake out this morning, by the way. I think ended up, what was it? Let's see. Mr. Levitz, is that so? So it pumped 9% to the upside and then just ripped to the bottom. Oh. COSM share offering. Samantha H., good morning to you. Thank you so much for coming on by. Thank you for joining us today. Team, that is really unfortunate. I am not... Oof. COSM is ripping. There we go. Yeah, that's right. Thank you, Sam. Look at that. COSM is absolutely... I mean, 185. What's the bounce already? Let's find out. I mean, I can already see that volatility is spiking like crazy. It's already 8% up from that drop. Oh, you know what? I saw somebody mention PSQH. That is an interesting play. Check that out. I think that was an IPO from 2 days ago, and it just ripped from $8 to $23 or $9 to 23. Was it 20? $4.95. Wow. That thing is absolutely flying. That is crazy. We have almost no data here. Let me see if I can actually bring something up real fast, right? Oh, sorry. That's let me do 5 here. See if I can. There we go. Oh my goodness, it's still suggesting some upside too. That is insane, man. Be careful with these tickers though. These IPOs tend to sell off immediately. They play big games. Huge games, but it's still suggesting a limited upside here. I think that it could top out again at 22.29. Yeah, it ripped that open. Huge upside on this. That's enormous. I mean, it's yeah, this is insane. It's hard to, yeah, it's already maxed out volatility too. Yeah, right. Check it out. Oh, and then PRFX. That was the one that Mark was talking about here too. Yeah, I can definitely see it. Let me see the. Damn, you guys, that's an interesting. This is a crazy morning, team. And you know what? Remember yesterday? Oh yeah, there's a support coming up. There could be an immediate short-term downside here, 2065 potentially, if that's going to be the resistance that we face, right? So if it reaches all the way to the top, I would give you a range right here between 2178 and I'd say 2219. Retracement back to the EMA 21, 5 minute at 2065. This is in essence building a pennant right here. So technically this is an upside continuation. Topside target could be, I mean, yeah, it could be, I would say actually here, I would favor about 2354. And, yeah, you got the RSI is essentially what's being waited for, right? So this is what I mean. You're looking at this RSI here at the SMA 14 here. So this is going to live out pretty fast. So you're going to get that resistance from the SMA 14. Then this thing would essentially pull back and then come down to maybe around 2063. It's battling it like crazy, but this is a pennant. It is a bullish formation by practice, but 5 minute time frames do look a little sketchy. Same situation here with PRFX. 5 minute retracement starting to happen from the EMA 55, SMA 50, and EMA 21. The retracement here could be, let's see. Yeah, we're at the resistance on the RSI right now, literally. Damn, GFAI. Guys, GFAI. Oh, you know what? I remember GFAI. That was one of those that I actually charted a few weeks back, but that thing has zeroed out. It has rugged on a lot of people. Let me pull up my. We're gonna get to FNGR in just a quick sec. What's up, Ian Tucker? Good to see you here. Welby, how's it going? Daniel, how you doing? Mark Roach, always good to see you here, my brother. PRFX looking okay. Potential pullback very soon. Joel, how you doing? Is my screen on? Yeah, let me pull that one up too. Damn, check out GFAI. What? Meanwhile, in like freaking dead zone over here, what is going on? GFAI 55% up on the day. Jonna, what's up with you? You know what I realized? That we never have seen CENN. Are you still long that ticker? Off-Grid Gorilla, good to see you here. Oh man, Daryl, what's up, buddy? You got out of GFAI soon? Guys, did you, Joe H, what's up, buddy? Thank you for joining us, and take a look at that. Look what he says here. So Joe H says, I see FNGR going a little bit lower. I have closed my short. So let's see, he was in at 690 and out at 450. We will see if it holds. It could breach under the $4 zone. Okay, so bottom is undermined. So team, please keep an eye on what he's saying, right? Because Joe H, he's actually a very talented trader within the community, right? And he is both short and long biased like I am, and I wouldn't take it as a predatory what he's saying. What he is definitely saying is how the short play works. So we should take that information and run with it. Okay, team, don't feel afraid of those types of things. Use it for your advantage as a long or a short bias trader, right? So yeah, GFAI, what the heck is going on with this thing, man? Oh, is there news? Let's see. 1 hour ago. Okay, let's see. So Guard Force, AI shares surge on new Singapore partnership. Oh my goodness. There's a partnership. Let's see. So shares of Guard Force are... Okay, Guard Force AI are up more than a quarter after the company said it's partnered with Concord Security to co-launch a new robotic security solution in Singapore. The stock is up 30% at 532 in early trading. Shares have fallen 54% over the past 12 months. Yes, I do know that. It has fallen significantly. It floored like freaking crazy. So if you're looking at this, just take a look at the price action here, maybe on a daily, right? And then you could really see how floored it actually has. I mean, it really dropped, right? Take a look at this. So we're talking about an all-time high here of IPO, $300, right? So it ended up dropping all the way to $3.81. Very interesting breaks of market structure here. I'm wondering if this is now going to try to create. I mean, there's a huge. Oh, guys, check this out. That's something you have to watch out for too. Okay. This is going to be a clear capitulation zone right here. Well, first of all, we're near one. There is a huge gap, right? So we're already at that gap resistance. That's 659. The next one, if it does combat it, watch out for 905. Okay, so 905 to 1170. That it's not an easy trek. Okay, because there's resistance at 993, and between that, right at the 50% of that gap. Watch out. Okay, there are several gaps here and gap downs that are very significant, and this thing could really trap some people. So be careful trading this, okay? All right, so let me just go ahead and say goodbye to the little lady in a little bit earlier than normal, all right? Hold on just a sec, team. Enjoy the tunes. I'll be right back. 2 minute smasher says. Just a moment, team. Thank you so much for your patience, team. Thank you. So, yeah, team, watch out when trading this, but this is still moonshotting over here. It is suggesting a continuation to the upside, and a very short term. I can't even trust that, man. Historically speaking, GFAI can go up to about 95%, man. So this is sitting at a very comfortable 83 right now. So yeah, historically speaking, it can still go up. So, sorry, let's see. Daryl, where you at, man? I think I missed something you said. Let's see. Mark Roach, I still think Tesla is, you think so? Everybody says that all the time. Tesla is overvalued. Zephram, how's it going, dude? Hey, dude, thank you so much for asking. Yes, he is, he is a lot better than what we thought, right? His hemoglobin is now at an 11.3, and ideally for his age is 11.5. So he's very close. So what they ended up doing is just giving me another appointment to see a hematologist. So we're gonna just make sure that we can put a pin on this, right, or nip it in the bud, whatever issue that there could be, that he's not retaining or maintaining his iron. So yeah, man, thank you for asking. That's very kind of you. Yes, we were, dude, mom and I were very happy when we got that news that he's like 98% recovered, and we're like, wow, dude, that was really something else, man, for us. Remember yesterday I was talking about FNGR potentially finding its floor at around 438. So I think Weeble said it went down to 443, right? Yeah, Mr. Levitz, thank you so much, you guys. Really appreciate the thoughts, team. It's showing that there could be that possibility, but remember, team, I understand that this is I just want to maintain. I don't want to lift our hopes too much, right? Because I mean, look at what's happening with the poor investors of COSM. That really sucks. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's retracing at 5, right? So I was thinking maybe 6. In this case, I mean, yeah, of course, we have such a long way to close this candle here, but it's about to, it's potentially trying to close bullish engulfing. So Erwin had an $85 price target on Tesla, suggesting downside potential a whopping 71%. Wow. Thank you, Sam. Thank you. We were very happy to hear that too. Yeah, so what I was saying here, team, is that let's see. Yeah, there are some indications here that this could be the floor. Okay, team. So I'm just gonna give you a quick little. This is kind of like how I teach my master students. Okay, so this one, if you're gonna pay attention, take it and run, because I won't always dive in like this. Okay, team. So let's look at FNGR one more time here. And I want you to see the price action here, okay? So what you're looking at here is downtrend, right? You have a higher high structure that usually is a bearish formation that is set to fall, to drop here. This channel has a price objective. You can measure it from the bottom of the channel to the top of the channel. Likely when you break out, which is around, let's see, it was around here, that channel strip that you're measuring is this bottom side. So what I mean by that is, I'm sorry that I'm trying to speed it up, right? Just so that I don't take too much time here. But doing this, okay? Just to give you a quick little outlook. Okay, so you measure your channel like this, whatever formation you're looking at, right? Then you actually take your trend line from the top side of the channel, right, to the bottom side of the channel. You wait for the third touch of the resistance, right? So you're looking at 1, 2, and 3, right? 3 is the one that usually fails, and it actually, starts to test the resistance or the newly converted support into a resistance before a fall. Okay, so now you put this breakout, on the breakout candle, you put this price objective, and you can see, look at that. Without me looking, I can tell you that it played the geometrics perfectly, right? Okay, so I'm not, like I said, team, I'm not gonna dive in like this all the time. Just take this for what it is, and this is usually something that I teach only master students, okay? So this is how you were able to figure out that price point. All right, so another way that you can do this is also with your geometrics, okay? So take into account the candle right before the capitulation, right? So this one being the one, right? Swing high to the swing low, or swing low to swing high, apologies. And then that'll start to give away some information for you. Okay, inversely speaking, you definitely came back down almost to the 4 spot 236, but the first area that it stopped at, right, I'm going to show you right here, look. That first area that it stopped at on this candle here, that came in within cents of the 3 spot 618. So usually the price action would end up favoring the 3 spot 618 or the 3 spot 272. In this case, the 4 spot 236 near the 4 spot 618. So you can already start seeing that this could have been your range of support before a bounce, given that you already know your psychological target or price objective, right? So this area here would become reaccumulation before an uplift. Now, as far as this is concerned, the reason why you're not seeing me say that we would fall, that this is over, is because of two zones. Okay, first of all, this top side, this marks off your new higher high, right? This is very significant because we had a huge drop here. Okay, so I would naturally favor this range here, anywhere between 424 to around 455, right? So then your higher probability targets would land within this area here. So particularly between the low wick here, right? The wick high of this one, the opening of the closing of this candle, all within the 430 range, 438. Okay, so as long as you can find some type of bounce from here, that's good. But if you fail this with an hourly candle or a 4-hour candle, you would then start looking for a downside. And that's going to be, if you fail this with a 4-hour candle or an hourly candle, right, then you would start looking to capitulate, first of all, to this range here, 337 to around 356, and then you would face a critical support here. But the reason why this is not invalidated is because you have not created your higher low. Okay, so this is your low here, higher low. You're creating a higher low here, a higher low, and we haven't seen the next one just yet. This is not it. Okay, we haven't seen the official higher low yet. But if you close an 8-hour candle beneath this zone here, the 253, that would invalidate all of this. So when you are looking at an upside and you start to retrace, careful with your retracement, because you want to look at your previous higher low. If you fail your previous higher low, that is entirely invalidated. Okay, team? That is when you want to consider maybe closing your paper trade. Okay, so that's just to give you a quick tip. Okay, when you're facing this type of structure, this is why this is still bullish. This is why I'm still suggesting upside, because we have not failed this zone here. $2.53 a quarter. I mean, we're literally 2 points up. Right, so that's enormous. That's huge. All right, team. So that's a quick little lesson for the day, and take that information and run with it. Okay, because a lot of people don't know that. They think especially short sellers. In this case, they would feel that you get a bounce and then you get a resistance based on this resistance here, and they feel that this is now going to take them all the way to the downside. But that's not true. That's not true just yet. This is first a support for reaccumulation to the upside before it is a downside, as it is favoring a bullish trend, higher high, higher low. Only when you start failing your previous higher low is when you start to for real fail here. Okay, team. So that's it's discretionary trading and trend trading, right? So, or I mean, some people call it range trading too. Conrad, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. I'm gonna try and do things like this as much as possible, but as you can see, it does take some time, away from everything else. So, okay, TQQQ and SPY, we're starting to recover just a little bit. The look at this. The Russell 2000 index is also, well, I'm looking at the E-mini Russell 2000. These are the futures contracts. They're starting to recover as well. So broader market recovery already happening from a huge capitulation. That is likely. I said this yesterday, but like I really hated that COSM was acting inverse to the IWM. But then now all of a sudden it's not. Currently sitting at 203 from 185. That's a good 10% jump. Everything else is starting to recover too. Oh, sorry. I remember I asked you, Jonna, if you're still here. I forgot to talk to you about your other ticker. I was talking about your CENN ticker. Are you still? I can't tell if you answered me right. There's a lot of comments here. My apologies. Stick Vicious, are you in here, brother? Good to see. Good to see you, dude. Yeah, this really sucks for you, team. That's let me just open it up real quick and see what's going down. Oh man. Okay, so I mean, this is very curious. So, Stig, are you still in here? I'm gonna show you something. Is very doing good? Yeah, I'm gonna just look at COSM real quick, but I'm curious over what you said on Viri. Yeah, Viri is reaccumulating here. I'm not bearish this asset whatsoever. Let's see. Yes. We'll look at PRFX. So Barbara Young, can you please look at MRES? Is the move you talked about invalid? Oh wow. Okay, that's another one that's trying to bite the dust too, or what? Let's see. GFAI. We'll put it right over here. MRES. And also, you know what? I'm gonna have to load up the other. Let's see, the original 6 panes that I had. Or you know what? Oh no. Right, I have it on a master layout. So let's see. I think that's where I charted the play. So let's do MRES. Let's lift that up and see what's going down. Okay, no, that faced the bottom side support. Okay, yeah, we're gonna look at it. Let's see, I'm here, Battle, trying to manage tweets. Okay, I was just gonna talk about COSM real quick. And I wanted you to look at your take a look at the index futures, right? So everything, even the TQQQ. So this is NASDAQ, and this is the spot price action of the SPY of the S&P. So there are some serious pressures coming in for Netflix. First of all, okay, from Netflix. Netflix is essentially pressuring the market down. Okay, so I can see that Meta is starting to recover just a little bit, which is actually giving that thrust to NAS and to the S&P. Okay, so the Russell 2000 facing this massive upside, that also has a lot to do with the recovery that you're seeing now. But again, we're starting to see some downside pressure on COSM. This is a huge flash, and this is what I wanted to show you if you're still here, my dude. So this, look. Let's go to the daily time frame. I think I can do it from the daily too. Okay. Yeah. All right. Jeez. Let's go ahead and match the bottom side of this wick. Okay. So let's see. Just like this. Okay. Now let's take into account our previous day inverse fib. And this would be, I spoke about this a while ago where I said that there is, this would be the strongest demand zone that, COSM would ever have is down here, but I don't see us reaching that anytime soon. So this demand zone, of course, has actually two more targets to go, 178 and 169, if that. But this is also significant because of what happened here. So this is not the black swan that you looked at. This is natural price action. So that would honestly have that would really have a serious implication on price action too. We're way oversold. Look at the 12 hour. Oh my goodness. So the 12 hour, let's see, stochastic momentum, yeah, has essentially, let me see, among the top 3 lowest iterations that it's ever faced, it's there. The RSI is already, it's already beyond the natural trading lows, right? It's now reaching, it's trying to reach lows from literally at IPO, which it doesn't really count. So we're naturally at, so we're by default at historical lows or historic lows. All of this is mathematically, all of this is essentially suggesting that there could be a very powerful move here again. So you can see the power on volatility, but sometimes you can't tell the direction unless the stochastics. If you were around watching my videos, I think maybe, let's see, my threads in Twitter when I didn't have videos around 7 months ago, I would backtest only stochastics, and the best read that I've ever had was actually GTII, where it had a 91% hit rate, and that's just to show you that it's not perfect, right? So it will miss it sometimes too. So in this case, I just want to put high importance into that, because sometimes when we have critical volatility, yes, it is mathematically set for it to contract from critical expansion, and it's set to expand from critical contraction, right? But that paired with momentum, that's what gives you the bias for direction upon contraction or expansion. Okay, so in this case, then we have, I remember the range was between 71% accuracy and 91% accuracy from all of the tickers that I have ever tested. Stochastic momentum. So then we have the lowest bound to be 71% accuracy paired with volatility. Okay, so that's why I can't ever be perfect, team. There's no way that I'm ever going to be perfect. So already the new 8-hour candle is printing right now, team. So I don't know what could be happening here. Stig, did you 1 hour ago, Cosmos Health to raise $5.3 million in gross proceeds in registered direct offering private placement. So Cosmos Health said Thursday it expects to raise $5.3 million in gross proceeds. Okay, the company agreed to sell about 2.1 million shares in a registered direct offering and common warrants to buy up to about 1.9 million shares in concurrent price private placement. Okay, so the combined purchase price for one common share at one common warrant is $2.48. The warrants will have an exercise price of $2.75 per share and will be valid for 5 years from the issuance date, the company said. Yikes. Shares of Cosmo Health, okay, 20% on, dude. Is this supposed to be like permanently bearish? How are we feeling about that? As retail investors, what do you guys think? Not based on the price action, based on the news. Is it an overreaction, or is this expected? Was it supposed to fall like this? Based on the news. So please let me know in the chat if you think that COSM has fallen based on that news. If it fell based on an overreaction, or if it fell based on the fact that the fundamental catalyst is valid for a fall. For ticker symbol COSM, Cosmos Health, is that supposed to fall like that based on the news that we just read? The $5.3 million gross proceeds, the whole registered direct offering. Let me know, team. Please let me know if you feel like that news is bearish enough to really send the price action down to this level. Could it have been just an excuse to find any type of catalyst to continue capitulating here, since there was already, we were already walking in like thin water because of this capitulation here. So Franz Kafka is saying, I feel like they had the offering up their sleeve and were waiting for the price action to go below 3. It dipped below 3 because it was getting tired in the channel, in my honest opinion. So Tom R, great content and education as always, man. Appreciate it. Got you, Tom. I'm very happy that you are participating here, my brother. Off-grid Gorilla, short-term pullback, long-term, if warrant assets used properly, could be good in my honest opinion. So Welby's saying, okay, hold on just a sec, Welby, I'll read that one. So both, it's valid for news, but also for an overreaction. Yeah, short-term overreaction for sure. COSM announced that it has entered into securities purchase agreements with institutional investors for the sale of, 2,116,000 shares of the company's common stock. Mark Roach, the market never likes offerings. It seems warranted in the market's eyes. Right. That does make sense too. Thank you. So if it's historically known for markets not to like the, yeah, man. CEO is a buyer in the offering. Okay. So Greg Siokas, or what? I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he is a buyer. Samantha H, the CEO was supposed to do a buyback. Instead, he did an offering. Yes, I wonder if that was the reason he never announced it. He was supposed to announce it. Mr. Levitz, COSM overreaction from relatively small offering. Good for the company long term. Buy? Man. I mean, this, yeah, I guess if ever you're going to bring down your average here, it would be this, but I know that the Black Swan event introduced a 33-cent low. I don't know how valid I can hold that. By the dip, COSM? I don't know. There's no way I can tell you that. Just the thing is that this was I can see the liquidity trap happening on the daily. Let me see. More like the 12-hour. Here we go. So yeah, more like the 12-hour. Huge liquidity trap here at 449, and then we're moving to the downside here. So that's quite the interesting move here. What I'm liking from the 12-hour is this, though. I must say that we have just increasing volatility like crazy here, and we're floored, and we're curving already. So that usually presents a pretty good opportunity, right, for it to start an uptrend here. I'm not sure, right, but man. Now going back to Welby, FNGR, the inflection point reached. RSI in the dumps. Let's see. So it's heading south. Let's see. Let me see it. What are you talking about? Yeah, so we're at 466. We're definitely using this. FNGR is using this as support like no other. Okay, so let's focus on a couple other metrics here. Let me look at the 30-minute immediate short term. I do have this too, and I remember that I actually have it plotted out here. So jeez. Oh, that's something to look at too, actually. You know what? For COSM too. Oh my goodness. This was on the daily. Okay, so we were thinking slightly above this, right, to 438. I mean, it came very close to that target anyway. I mean, super close. That's 439 there. Okay, let me take a fib here from this point to that point. I want to see where we are particularly. Hold on, team. Just like this here. Swing high to the swing low of the range. I feel like that's still a little bit too big for me to consider. Let me try the candle right before the liftoff. This one right over here. Okay, yeah, perfect bounce from the 2-spot 618 and currently bouncing from that 2-spot 618. Okay, and the resistance is coming up. The EMA 7 right at the channel because we reclaimed it. So that's 499. This is such a tough channel to get over, man. I mean, ascending channels are usually bearish, so this is very tough. The resistance of the EMA 7 in the top side of the channel are also confluent with the 3-spot 272 at 505. Okay, so I would expect a little bit of consolidation here because this has buyers freaked, right? But not everybody knows that the invalidation zone is way down here. So this is still in a bullish stance. Let's see. Definitely. Thank you, Mark. Absolutely no, team, that I'm not a financial advisor. Thank you, brother. Okay, yeah, so this is, it's still looking very nice. In my honest opinion, right? So, what the heck? Oh, right, I'm in this chart here. So let me just pull back here and see what's going down with the broader markets. They're still showing some pressure. I mean, it's still up-ish, right? But still a lot of pressure. Man, GTII dipped all the way down there too. What? Wow, team. What was a very talented trader, actually. Two of them have actually come by. First of all, Unrivaled Trading saying was going to try to catch one of your lives, headed into a closing in 20 minutes. Going to miss this one. I hope you crush it. Unrivaled Trading, if you see that profile right at he was the fourth comment to the top on this on the chat. He is I mean, absolutely one of the top 2 options traders that I've seen with serious edge, right? So he is definitely one to keep an eye out for. And also yesterday, our newest analyst, his name is Buzz Margin Call. So he actually said that I am looking at Netflix puts, and it's looking very, very tasty, right? So the entry was essentially over here, and it has capitulated. So yeah, it's another very talented person for options trading. He is now part of the Arca Bulls family, right? So he is a new analyst for options strategies. So he was dead on the money. Let's see. So anyway, team, let's continue onwards, and yeah, let's continue, man. Wow. Yeah, team, I'm at a loss. I'm talking about a loss of words. It's just incredible. I can't believe something like that would happen. That's gotta damage retail confidence here. That's really unfortunate. Guys, this still this thing, I feel like at any moment is gonna rip. Okay, so if you are long Viri, I am looking at this potential. Remember, I was speaking about this inverse herpy derpy here, right? Inverse head and shoulder, and it's looking like it may actually want to realize it, man. That is a powerful upside here, team, and that's suggesting something of it's just way up there. All right, at least that. So Mark Roach, I'm sorry, brother. With such low volume, yes, it can. We don't need volume for things to rip. We need we need an algorithm change, right? So with or without volume, this is how a lot of people. This is why there's a lot of speculation when traders look for some type of manipulation, right? They'll look for, oh, see this, it capitulated on low volume. That's all, that's essentially, manipulation, right? So, yeah, so it technically could, just to kind of keep things as transparent as possible, right? So let me see the volume on this. Why can't I see the damn volume? Hold on. Oh, right, I was going to pull up one more thing for us regarding this. Oh, man, where is it? What the heck? That's really interesting. Why won't the regular volume show up? Not relevant. Let's see. There we go. Let me see the daily. That's 1.3 million in volume. Pretty much twice from yesterday's volume. That is incredible. Yeah, so as long as you see this, you know, as long as you're seeing this here, increase in volume with decreasing price, that's in red, right? That's that is combined sell pressure and short pressure. So you know what? That's something that we can look at right now. Let me pull up a whole new chart here and show you. Let's see if FINRA shows us the short sell volume. So let's go to stocks. Hold on, team. Let's see if we can pull that up. It would be amazing if it can show us. Actually, I may have to do it all. It's just COSM is also Atom in this. The Cosmos is also, you know, a crypto asset. Let's see. Come on. I want to know if we can get that information. That would be really cool. There it is. The interval is not applicable, so let's go to the buy daily. Put this on log. Okay, so there. I mean, well, this is an incredible amount of short volume on COSM, right? So it was increasing for days here. This is the daily chart. The upside that we're facing right now on COSM, let's go back. Where is it? Here it is. This upside that we're facing is indicative of short covering. So we're decreasing short position here. Right, so this is likely why we're seeing this. I'm not sure if this is just going to be a fake out, right? Because as you can see here on the short volume profile, there is that. Right, so they cover for a little bit, and they just short it again. Let it cover for a bit, and they short it again. So it is kind of showing that, right? And now in an average, so this was May 31st. This higher iteration was on April, so we're already headed towards that, towards the highs of maybe April. Right, so we haven't seen this much short volume, so there is a lot of shorting here. Okay, so and that combined with stop losses and all kinds of stuff, that was this pressure. We took an inverse fib from this candle to this candle. We're facing. Yeah, we're facing resistance right now at $2, the 2.618. That's likely why it's facing that brick wall there. Okay, team. So watch out for that. And Mark Roach, apologies. Let's go ahead and take a look at your ticker real quick. Let's see if I can. So PRFX, right? Let's see. Let's get the moving averages out of the way, and let's give this thing an honest look. Okay, so yeah, there was so this reaccumulated for a while. This was a long while. So this is what I mean here. Let's see. This also could have been a wedge, right? But this is the breakout, retest, and it wanted to come back down for another retest here. But this is following what I'm talking about here within COSM team. Look at this. Oh, this must have been terrible, right? So this is an entire chop area that the asset was stuck in. Let's go ahead and just kind of look at this as an example here, because this could really shed some light. Right, so this is your chop zone, and let's find out how long it stayed within this chop zone here. So arguably it started here, right? 112 days of chop. Then it fell right into another chop zone. Okay, so let's go ahead and identify that other chop zone too. Okay, so just like this, and it went onwards for another bit of time. So let's just say that it went for, let's see, until it finally started faking things out. It went for another 37 days. So, I mean, that's a long time, right? So now, if you can see what happens before there is a run, so this is what I mean by this being a terminal shakeout or a spring, right? Before a huge upside. So it's very similar to what COSM is doing presently, right? So just go ahead and take a look at it, right? Let me pull it up right over here, and I have COSM here. Okay, so it's right over here, right? So we were chopping here for just so much time. Actually, this area here, right? And then this thing just capitulated to the ground over here. So that's sometimes, team, that I'm telling you, sometimes that's that shakeout before a rip. It's just, of course, at any way you're going to look at it, it's going to be hopium at this point. But if you were chopped, I mean, you faced here 340 or 340 as a low here. Then you recovered. You even touched $8 at this point, right? So then you just chop around for 112 days of boringness, right? I mean, I get it. There was a lot of opportunity to trade the range here and just make some cash, but that's not what's, that's not a lot of the idea behind some people that want to hold an asset for a real nice move. So this was just it's very similar to what's happening within COSM. Huge chop, capitulation, and then potential rip. I'm not sure, but it's kind of showing that there is a possibility of that. It's the signature is meeting. It's within that range, right? So usually this is such a typical thing, and that's what I meant with COSM too. This huge upside. I mean, we would have to take it. I hate that we can't see it on the. But I'm gonna mark it off anyway, just so you know, okay? This 449 top, this extreme high and this extreme low, okay? So let me see this on the 5-day, and then also back to the 12-hour. What date was it? That was on Tuesday. Let's see, June 6th. Let's go to the 5-day, and right around here is where we faced that huge upside, and then we had that downside. So that's also very similar to this. Huge upside, huge downside, rip. So this is stopping out longs. This is stopping out shorts and longs, and then rips. It's very common for an asset to do that. This is if you start to look at your upsides, there's usually some type of price action like this before some crazy up run, right? So similar to this here, right? So you have this like huge capitulation up and then another one down and then rips to the upside. So it gets very volatile before it makes a crazy move. And it's typical to consolidation periods or bear market cycles. And to be honest, it looks like COSM is still in that bear market cycle. So will PRFX continue? I'm not even sure. But this was already its own little black swan of its own. So this already reverse split 1 to 10 on July 3rd. Wow. Yeah, so it reverse split on it had rallied. It rallied up to the news and then capitulated and then liftoff. Wow. Man. Serious just playing around here, man. Okay, we have to keep an eye on this too. There's a gap here on the daily. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate you, my brother. So let's just go ahead and mark this off here. This is very important. This is a gap that we have now. I mean, it seriously gapped up today. That's what I was thinking COSM was going to do. I was really hoping for that. Now, EMA 21 relative support. So let me see if we have that in a shorter time frame. Oh, whoa, what did I just see? Oh man, yeah, this, no wonder. Okay, very cool. This gives a lot of clarity over what's happening. Where the hell did it go? Here it is. Not used to this layout. Okay, so let me get rid of some moving averages here, and I'm going to show you something very important for this asset. Okay, so as you can see here, let's take it from back. Oh man, technically this was the bearish cross, right? Because I can kind of tell. Let me use a brush. I can kind of tell that the EMA 55 was somewhere like this, right? Something like that. So you can see that we had that bearish cross here, and then upon that bearish cross, we tested it as a resistance. Continued, test as a resistance. Of course, this was a huge fake out, right? Resistance test. It just became a guide, right? It became this huge guide to the downside. Perfect resistance touches. So please notice, right? Sorry about that. Let me get rid of this. Please notice what's about to happen on the 3-day right here. So if you are around my channel, I explain how moving average strategies, crossovers, are very important, especially when they're on an upside pivot. So you're looking at a silver cross about to happen, and this is also why I'm seeing this being as bullish as it is. Okay, because this, as soon as this crosses, which could be, let's see, 1 day and 4 hours. What day is it today? We're looking at Thursday. It may cross, it depends on the volatility, but it may cross tomorrow, but it also may cross on Monday. So if when this crosses, price action will react. It will react, right? So it's already invalidating a huge shooting star here. With this 3-day shooting star did not work. It faked out. It created a bear trap. Man, this is really exciting. I have to show you one more thing here too. There is a probability that I can't say for sure, but there is a probability that this thing can fall to 609, okay? And that's where the EMA 55 is. And the reason why is because this is not a completed fair value gap, but this is potentially one, right? So let's go ahead and draw it in. This area here, between this wick low and this wick high with the candle in between, that is, the thing is that I would prefer for the body to be covering it, right? So, but technically this is an imbalance or a fair value gap, right? So that's, and it's already attempted to try to clear it, right? So just in case the price action falls, then there is a critical support and a very strong demand at 609. And that's where the EMA 55 3-day is located. And that would be another validator for us to look at as far as a bullish cross, a silver cross. So the silver cross, if you are not familiar with what I'm speaking of, it happens when the EMA 21 crosses the EMA 55. Okay, so when you're looking at bullish crosses, always look at your smaller time frame moving average crossing the larger time frame moving average, and that is bullish. Okay, so the inverse of that, of course, is bearish. So when the larger time frame crosses the shorter time frame, not particular to the 55 and the 21, in any time frame. Okay, team. So I'm sorry. Let me go back to the chat here. I see. Dang it, boy. Good to see you here, brother. Off-grid Gorilla Arca trading, broadening ascending wedge in the 4-hour GTI. Can you look at it for confirmation? Yes. Let's look at that real quick. Where is? Let me go back to maybe this one here and click on GTII. There we go. 4-hour, you said, right? Did you say 4-hour? Off grid, I'm not seeing it. Let me see. I'm gonna create a new chart here. I'm trying to find what you said. 4-hour GTI ascending, broadening ascending wedge. Yeah. Right, let's put this on log and take a look at what you're looking at, right? Is this sort of what it is? Let me draw it. I think I'm using my imagination here, right? So is this essentially what you're referring to? Now, the thing is here too is, are you using this or are you using the the question here is if you're using the 13th or the 22, because I can see that we are essentially maybe this here. I guess I can sort of see it like that. It feels a little forced, and man, it's suggesting. Okay, here's another way too. Just started same place as your channel. Oh, let me see that again. Yeah, so down here, right? Okay. Let me adjust that. I was gonna say one more, I guess one more way to also look at this would honestly be here too, and here. So let me adjust that line ever so slightly to meet that bottom side. Oh, wait, hold on. Could this be suggesting what I'm thinking? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna start using my imagination here, brother, because I think I see something. Hold on. And if it's getting it ready, could it be? Because if it's getting ready when I'm thinking, this is creating a bear trap. Trying my best to learn from a legend like you. No, dude. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate you. And then let me try to match these contact points, at least as best as I can. Oh, dude. I know that I'm way off from what we're originally speaking of, right? But if this is the case, let me try to pull up a shorter time frame even still, and see if I can get these lines to I'm not convinced just yet on either of them. Oh, okay, hold on. I have to use the initial contact points. Like for example, this, okay? So if I were to suggest that we started here, just for an example, this would be my first obvious contact point. This one right over here. So that I want to see if it matches well, and you can see here that we bounced off of that so many freaking times and then tried to continue onwards and upwards, but it failed it. So upon failing it, it came back and tested the resistance and then fell again. Right? So that's what I mean by me trying to use my imagination as best as humanly possible here, because this is a good eye, brother. Very good eye. And I want to say that this is, I want to say, man, that this could be building. Oh, geez. I think it could be building a bear trap. I can't call it yet, man. So this contact point here, clean bounce, right? So outside, we came back, validated the support, continued. Right? So now we have that break inside of the channel and then supported here. Then we broke down and tested the resistance and continued. So if it's going to continue to the downside, this would be a premature breakout. Right? So, but if it's gonna fake out, let me see if I can see this in any other time frame. Can it be? Maybe. Oh man, this one's tough. What if I'm taking this long from the initial from the initial idea? I feel like I'm trying to force the formation, and that typically is not the best thing to do. But it's not clear. It's not clear that this is giving me. It's not clear that this is going to give me a bear trap, and that's honestly why I remember drawing. That's honestly why I remember drawing the channel, because it looked like it was trying to break out prematurely too, right? So let me bring that up one more time, right? So something like this is what I saw, right? So let me see if I can get it drawn in again. I remember I had some. I remember I did have a little bit of trouble here finding the contact points, but I eventually did, right? So let me just go ahead and kind of favor that. Okay, here we go. And then of course, I mean, we can adjust ever so slightly here. Support, right? And then resistance, touch. So if, I mean, in all technicality, if this thing were to continue to the downside, it is suggesting just a massively low target, right? So it would be something like this. So much bleeding in the markets. And this is taking us to 64 cents. What the hell is 64 cents even, right? There's, I guess this area here. Okay, so, I mean, maybe. I can't actually, is there something coming up fundamentally for GTII or no? Or is this like, is there really no news coming out for it at all? Let me draw this in for you. This is implied. This is what it's creating, right? But this is a premature breakdown. It's only test 1. So we also have 2 tests, or 3 arguably now, from the support. Just the, oh, let me see. 2. No, I guess this would, man. If I would have never seen this if it weren't for you, Off Grid. Okay, so, man, this is not a bear trap, and in fact, it's very bearish. Okay, so I thought this was test 2, but it's not. It's really not test 2. You're looking at, let me see. If I were to consider starting the channel from down here, that would technically make test 1 here. This would be test 2. We reclaim the inside, right? I'm really speculating here because I know I have a little bit of space on this right here. Let me just adjust it. There we go. So this was test 2, reclaim, test 3, fake out, and of course the capitulation from test 3. That's usually when a channel realizes, right? I pity the fool. 9:30 to 10:30, but usually around 10:30 will be. Okay, so yeah, so this is technically, yeah, this is already technically realized, and I wouldn't have seen this otherwise. So this is test number 3 here. That's very bearish, right? So now the downside, the price objective here is literally 64 cents. So let me see if this large capitulation candle has anything to say about that. I mean, it's very confluent with the 3 spot 272. Let me take a daily price instead, and I'm going to take it from the swing. Let me move this away. I'm going to take into consideration a fib from that previous daily candle. Okay, so from this point here to this point here, so 64.70 to the difference of 6. Oh, I'm sorry. I realize here that I don't have that lined up. I don't have it lined up perfectly. Sorry. Let's see. 84.90. Where am I? How close can I get it? Okay, that's fine. this right here. Okay, so this is 65, 75. 4 spot 618, 65, 40. Geometrically speaking, this is almost a slam dunk. Damn it. Hold on. So yeah, I would have to give this range as a support bottom. Jeez Louise. And that, I mean, here, you know, this, I guess you can consider this the time to where I really hope that the charts don't respect like everyone is saying, right? So like the old saying goes, right? You can't chart fraud. I can certainly chart a chart though. So man, Off-Grid Gorilla, this is what you see. This is what you see too. Wow. Oh man. Okay, dude, that's a strong possibility here. And I really mean a strong one. Let's see. Damn. That, yeah, I can just do it here. Let me see the immediate short-term time frame. Critical contraction, slight upside pivot. Okay. Let me go to the hourly, see if it's bleeding up. It's bleeding with an upside. And so is the bi-hourly. The 4 hours already starting to get an upside too from critical expansion. What the hell? Okay, and we're also losing bear pressure here. On the 4 hour, we're clearly losing bear pressure on the bi-hourly. Losing bear pressure, in fact, printing the green bars here on the hourly. Wow. Okay, so because I'm seeing this, okay, we're starting to get the first bar of weakness here too. We're bottoming out in the 8 hour. Off-Grid, hold on. Careful with this downside. This is not feeling like a traditional short. Okay, hold on. I feel like the bulls have something in mind here. It's barcoding like crazy right now. So let me see. Critical contraction on the 15-minute. Let me go back to this one. I need to see why. Let me go to the 8 hour. I need to find something. There's got to be a reason why this is gonna fake out. Let me just, this would be a reason. See, the price action is right here on this red line. Look at that massive gap. I'm wondering if this bottomed. You have re-entry set at 85 for long. I see what you're doing. Okay. Yeah, I think this is about to set. Yeah, man, oh goodness gracious, look at that. And if we were to consider that drop, because the price action is essentially lower than this gap, then you would be pushed, maybe closer to your zone. Let's see. 85.15. Next financing. Dude, good to see you, bro. You helped me finally beat COSM today. LOL. It's been a while for sure, dude. Oh, man. You know, a lot of people talking their smack about it, though. People saying that I've been so off. I encourage being off. Because that's how I learn, right? So, yeah, just nothing I do is going to be... I will praise on being the best loser that I can be in order for me to win. I will learn how to lose far more, and I will embrace my losses far more than I will my wins, because from my wins I didn't learn anything. It's my losses that teach me how to win. A lot of people can't see it like that, but it's zero-sum game here. Someone is going to lose something. Right? So, and if that is always the case, and might as well start learning how to lose. Humble Trader 2.0. No, dude, this is common knowledge, my bro. Being the best loser you can. Oh man, this is in. I mean, you'll get this training from the 80s, man. From yeah, my mentor told me the same thing, and he's been in the markets for 25 years. So Humble Trader just has traditional trading. That's what it tells me. Traditional trading, training for trade, whatever, however you want to say it. So off grid. I have reason to believe that this may be near a floor. And a potential, there's no way I'm going to nail this, my bro, but potential floor could be 85.15 right where you're trying to kind of enter. We haven't officially won yet, but we played COSM like a fiddle this morning. How it just needs to shoot up to the mythical $9 zone. See, look at that. You see what I mean? That's that. So next financing is giving me that sentiment. It's like, okay, so it was played, it already overextended, covered, you have the profits from it. So now it just needs to shoot up. That mentality is not part of one person. That mentality is part of a group, a large group of people. That's like saying that you're gonna enter the trade in GTII right here. You're like pumping, and you decide to go long at $7, and this thing just goes to 8.97, and then it just capitulates. So literally being late to the rally, right? And you were just early to the sell-off. So yeah, you don't want to do that. So it's like clearly overextended to the upside. There could be a pullback, right? So that's a short thesis. That is a short thesis. Clearly overextended to the downside, right? So notice also the candles. Whatever's cheap can be cheaper, of course, right? But look at the candles. So they're coming down in size. They're getting smaller and smaller. Mind you, 8 hours each. Okay, so it sounds like the story of my life with trading, says Steve. Dude, everyone, brother, everyone. There is yeah. That is absolutely off-grid gorilla. Thank you, my brother. That means so much. I have, yeah. I thought you were playing a hedge here, a short hedge, but it shows me that you're playing a long hedge. So you have the holding position for the potential narrative squeeze or the narrative play. And then you just have the short-term hedges. Long, you're not shorting anything, are you? Are you short biased? And now next financing is saying it's just that easy. Once you kind of like get familiar with yourself, right? When you recognize who you are. Okay, look at this. Let me give you an example. Okay, so there's still a fair group of people here. Let me give you an example. If you bought, let's just say for example at $4 or $5 here, right, on GTII, and then you notice that you were going to the moon, right, and then it didn't, and then you're out of the money. And then naturally, the natural reaction is to start averaging down. You're thinking, oh, they're talking about this support at $3.03, so I'm going to average down there and bring my $5 cost basis down, right? So you do. And then you're looking at the next support zone at 192, and you say to yourself, well, there's a critical support that they're talking about because historically we touch 190 to 192 right around there, right? So I'm going to average down there too. So you average again. So you increase the rate of loss for every point that you fall by adding more to your cost basis, right? So yes, your cost basis did come down, but your rate of loss increases dramatically in speed, right? So if you continue adding down again and averaging down again, can you imagine if retail didn't do that? How about this? For every single time that you would have averaged down to bring your cost basis down, what if all of retail opens short? What if all of retail cost bases, like they did their cost bases here to short? So here's the thing. So sometimes, like for example, AMC and GME, it was very popular. It was super popular, right? I just had a huge failure or something. Guys, let me know if you're still there. Please let me know in the chat. I just had some type of power issue here. Okay, good. Thanks, brother. Like my keyboard went off. Everything went off. Okay. Origin, what's up, buddy? Okay, good. Thank you, Joel. Thank you, Andrew. Rocky Mountain Gobblers. Thank you, guys. Daryl, thank you, brother. Dang it, boy. Lil RD, thank you. Gary, thank you so much, team. Let's just say this, right? So this is quite the contrary of the popular narrative. The SoCal brown nuts. Time to clean the filters, right? Yeah, I gotta pull out the filters. And where's the brake parts cleaner? Let's get it. All right. So anyway, what I was saying here is that imagine that the narrative. Oh, right. GME and AMC. So a lot of people think that it wasn't really known, that it wasn't really a popular play, but those are quite the exception, especially AMC, because you would go down to the smoke shop or to the local Ralph's or Albertsons here, supermarket or store, and you would naturally hear somebody saying, "Did you hear about AMC? Did you hear about AMC?" That paired with all the stimulus checks that you had equals that massive gamma squeeze that it faced. Right? So I get it. GTI and FNGR don't have that. So, but they do, and they're gaining popularity daily, or FNGR to be more particular. Right? So this means that if it's gaining popularity, it's going to continue gaining liquidity from people. People are going to continue dipping their money into it in hopes of an up run. Right? So they're gonna naturally buy and buy and buy and buy. Right? So there's narrative to this. Hold on. So as they buy, you're creating this really thick layer of cash, and it brings out the sharks. And they're like, you know what? No one is going to bet the downside. If we do, we'll be the ones to get all of that liquidity. So they keep it hush, just down to a couple nefarious short sellers. And they'll normally be one. That's the one who actually just made the thing capitulate, right? So with that said, when you have so many people entering this trade, right, the upside, if you do get a run, not everyone will get filled on that upside because the play will become too much. Right? Yeah, me too, man. 55% on that GFAI is insane. Or more, actually, at this point. I was watching, dude. So, yeah, so team, so everybody wants a piece of that pie to the upside, but it becomes too many people. To the point to where the play starts becoming $1 trillion play, and it doesn't make any sense. Not everyone will get covered, right? So, but if you look at the inverse, no one is capitalizing on the downside except for that one person. Now imagine what retail is capable of if they got away from the narrative of an upside. Imagine that everyone who continued to run their cost bases lower and lower, meaning that you're betting the upside for every lower tick or every lower point that you get on the asset. Imagine that was a short position and adding to your short as a retail, as all of you. Imagine what price action would do, and imagine what you would be taking away from the one short seller. It's going to be those millions of people taking from their liquidity. That's what they don't want you to know. And man, that would be a dangerous collected group against one huge high margin institution. I'm just saying. I am just saying. Right? The markets are presented for us to capitalize on the upside and the downside. How are we only betting the upside? Why are we putting our nests? Why are we putting all the, the eggs all in one nest, right? I'm just putting it out there for thoughts. It's not to say that this is what it should be, right? As some people are entirely opposed of short selling in general. And seeing that GTII, it doesn't have an options chain, of course, you can't even long a put, right? So you're just in the mercy of these dudes with billions and billions and billions of dollars in assets with unlimited margin to short something with also a bunch of shares that don't exist. So why don't we borrow those shares too, just like they are? There's nothing stopping you from it. Man, it's quite the inverse of what you hear, your natural influencers talk about. You get educated, you understand what the overall formula is here, right? And then you want to group together and make sure that you can stop all of this criminal activity. But will it? We don't even know if Gary Gensler has any interest in GTII at all. So if he doesn't have any interest in GTII, Gary, the SEC, the chair of the SEC, if he doesn't have any interest in finding out what could be happening with GTII, you will go nowhere. This will not go up. So unless it's just technicals, he is the essential answer for this. And I don't even know that he has that interest, right? So at that point, see what I mean? It's like playing cards here is a tough one, especially when you're just one-sided, right? And there's no fault in that. It's because like there is this negative connotation to short selling, but please remember that short selling illegally versus short selling legally is quite the different thing. So, and I'm talking about legal short selling institutionally. That is a sport all in itself, and we have them to thank for a lot of nefarious companies who try to take advantage of retail when they put out a false promise. So we do have good guys in the short selling field too. They'll call the bullshit on something that's not good, and they'll likely be right. And I have to tell you that short sellers that are institutional that way, that are good, that are legal, some of those short sellers are the brightest minds in the world. Let's see. So Ham has had a truck parked outside of the SEC with this BS on the side. Has he? Oh my goodness. Yeah. That's crazy to hear. Next financing I got in G. Let's see. Will the circle be unbroken all the way to Lord by and by? By and by. LOL. I'm just giving you a different type of outlook here, right? So it's just oh, and I also had this paired here so that you can see the price action of GTII versus FNGR. We were having a conversation about it just yesterday. And to be very honest, there is a deeper correlation than I thought. And it is absolutely in belief, right? But it shows that it is believed heavily. So if FNGR runs, then likely GTII will also sympathy run with it. And the truck gave the SEC the middle finger too. Okay. I understand why, of course, right? But I don't know that. You know what? I like trading, right? I really enjoy the craft of trading. So I'm not I don't like to play the psychology like that. My personal opinion, right? So I feel like I could. Man, it's hard to maintain composure when you're 80% down, and when you're 90% down your initial. That's not cool, right? At any moment you can see that this is it's just not a good situation, right? But don't take it as me not being one to speak, because my current position right now is minus 88% on AMC from when I didn't know how to trade. So I'm one of those too, right? But I really just started studying who I consider to be the enemy, Ken Griffin, right? So, in fact, I realized that Ken Griffin was not my enemy, and he was, in fact, the answer. And I have him to thank for what I have become. Right, team? So, man, that is insane. And I can see that it's, a middle finger in part of retail, right? Because I don't know. Because it sucks whatever they're doing, right? So, but that's why I'm here, team, to kind of display a different outlook, to show you that there are other ways. And I'm not going to sit in the sidelines and do nothing. And I'm not going to sit in the sidelines like I did before and join all these forums and complain. I can't do that. I'm not going to do that anymore. So at one point I decided to stop and to really learn how to trade. And I started studying all the people that Kenny G hired. I started studying his quants. I started studying. He said it himself. He goes, "I will only hire the brightest of the brightest in the field." And I'm like, why? Like, who? So if the market is so fraudulent, as you all know, what is the point of spending time on TA or trading? That's why we are trying to protect retail from an unfair market. Ham is one of them, and so is William. And if at a certain point, even Trace trades. See, the thing is that if it's an unsafe place, then why be here, right? And just look, Off-Grid Gorilla saying I'm a trans trader, right? So AKA bull bear, and I call that ambidextrous. It's you can be both long and short biased, right? So yeah, 93. That's there's the person that I learned from. One of the first books that I read was from Andrew Aziz, and his company is Bear Bull Traders. And yeah, so no, what I was saying to you, SL, was that there are very powerful traders, and I'm really talking about the ones that I've learned from, both discretionary, but more so the systematic kind, right? The ones who practice back tests of certain criteria, right? So statistically speaking, and that's the kind of trader that I became. Why did I become that trader in the first place, though? Because Citadel Securities had a large department of quantitative traders. If you think Alpine Securities doesn't, you're mistaken. They do. They have quants everywhere. This is why mathematics and price action fit so well, because there are ways to make this happen algorithmically. So, in my perspective, I will also mathematically run it against them. I'm not going to use my own discretion if that's the case. I will use systems against systems, meaning fire against fire. So, I can show you what I mean. So, some of you that watch me often already know about this. Let me go to the 4-hour time frame. Okay. This, what you're looking at here, SL, I'm speaking to you. That was a very good, it was a very good concern that you brought up. Okay, so in my case, I'm not trying to protect you away from anything. I don't care what you do with your assets. I don't care what you do when you go long, because that is not my concern here. My concern is how to trade properly, real trading. I'm talking competitive training. I train like an athlete for this. I never stop. I am relentless at when I'm training, okay? And I'm speaking to you in clear terms here, okay? I'm not gonna highlight anything. I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. I'm gonna tell you really how I do it. Okay, so with that said, I am entirely relentless. I will never stop, and I will continue exploring the boundaries. I mean, the furthest possibilities to gain an edge over the institutions on this because they are clearly the ones leading the way. I want to know how. So I studied them. I studied their quantitative analysis and understood that they use metrics beyond volume, metrics beyond a moving average, beyond VWAP, or beyond an RSI. Those things are just so typical. So what you're looking at here, it says property of Arca Bull system inspired by Crown Crypto. So this is what I call the footprint model, or you can call this the Forecast Plus. And what I mean by Forecast Plus, in this probably 120 line script that I wrote with AI, by the way, so I am backed by artificial intelligence in creating this. It took 15,000 lines of code for me to arrive to this strategy. And this strategy is currently being forward tested, as it already showed a 99% accuracy in trading. And this is the tester here. This is my equity curve. You're looking at 4 trades per bar. Every bar equals 4 hours. Every candle is a bar. So that means that with a base account starting, let's put the input here. I have a $2,000 base account, right? So that means that over the span of, let's see, the last trade. Let's go to the. This has a performance summary, and it tells you what it traded and where it stopped out and what it didn't do, what it did do, all of it, to the last detail. Okay, so let's see the list of trades, right? So let's go back as far as we can go. So if you started in 2008 with $2,000. This has made you $338,000, equivalent to a 16,900% increase, with an 87% drawdown out of the 16,000. So if we can start refining this, how can we make more money? Let's look at the 6 hour. So now you're losing 24,000 on the 6 hour to make 411,000. Making a 20,000% increase with a 161% drawdown. Since 2008, if you started with $2,000, auto trading this script that I just wrote, you would have made more than what you would have ever done working in your life, right? So I mean, I'm saying to the typical person, not to the person who is just without a career here. I'm speaking of to the traditional person, just a normal 9-to-5 job. You would have made 20 years of work within half the time, probably 10 to 13 years, right? So this, what I'm practicing here, and you see that it enters for me and it exits for me. It has risk management applied to it and everything else. So this is high frequency trading. This is a system. The system is built so that it can work against your psychology, because institutions will work against your psychology. They will likely buy when you're selling. They will likely sell when you're buying. So if I can set a parameter, a set of rules that it'll never fail, because it's a computer, because it's artificial, right? If I can set those sets of rules, it's just gonna do what it's gonna do because it's programmed to do it that way, and that's it, regardless of how I feel. So let's just say that you had a little more capital than $2,000. Let's say that you started your base account with $20,000. And let's find out what it's doing. You know what? Yeah, we have the commissions too for every trade. Let's go ahead and recalibrate this thing and see if we can make a difference here. Hold on just a sec. Or how am I? Oh, did I put a space? I'm not getting it. Let's see if I can put a whole new ticker here. And this, I'm sorry, team. I'm answering it like this, right? I'm sorry that I'm answering it like that, but SL, the person who asked me that, is absolutely right. right? I'm not a, don't look at me like I'm trying to pull retail into the trade. That's not it. That's not it at all. I'm trying to show that I'm a clear example of that any normal person can do what I'm doing. It just really depends on your narrative. So if you're not familiar with me, the only reason I know all of this is out of desperation. So SL, if you're still in here, I mean desperation. In my own opinion, don't get discouraged from what we see daily. Stay strong. Thank you, SL. So what I was going to tell you is that if you don't know my story like that, this was all desperation. I did this because my son was dying in my hands at 2 years old, right? Because of his terrible iron condition. He went down to a 2 in his hemoglobin, and I had $180 in my bank account 2 years ago. And my brother and a few friends exposed me to trading, and a lot of people said that that's the worst that they could have done for me. Family was saying that that's going to create a gambler out of someone because they're going to throw away whatever they worked for or whatever, right? So, in fact, yes, it did. It really did. It created a gambler out of me, and I absolutely entered AMC with that gambling set in mind, not knowing that we were at a macro blow off top. So I went in and lost all that money. So, but my son, it was the answer to this, right? So he was essentially just really sick. Mom and I were going to lose him, and that was the turning point for me. I don't know what clicked in my head, but I failed math in high school. I was never good at math. And then all of a sudden I'm creating standard deviations. I'm practicing some physics. I'm practicing some statistics here, like higher probability plays. All that stuff I never thought of. You know, I never wanted to look at that. I wanted to be a rock star, and I'm not joking by that. I'm a seasoned musician, and I'm a pro. I've been playing for 23 years. I can read and write to, I think, 13 different instruments. I'm a seasoned mixing and mastering engineer of all audio. I also worked for a professional sound company as well, who has the biggest accounts that you can ever imagine, like American Idol and things like that. I was a tech there and moving up very fast until I lost my job. That was my second job in 2 years, and I had just bought a house, and I had just had a baby boy. And then all of this happened, right? So this is why I'm standing here. And this is why I'm showing you, right? This, if I didn't know math, I didn't know how to code. So this is what I'm doing now. And I'm, while it sounds sometimes like I'm against retail, I'm really not. I'm just trying to show you that I also think institutionally. And I'm going to beat it, right? And this is, I've been offered positions institutionally, right? And I've been offered also hopefully some partnerships and also some collaborations. One of them is sitting in here right now. Some type of collaboration can happen. There is a synergy happening between me and this company here. And they're literally sitting in this chat today, right now. I haven't seen them in so long, by the way. Love you, buddy. Good to see you here. Thanks for all your support, dude. What is going down over there? Are you serious? Away. This is not it's a strategy. So this is one that I'm forward testing. It back tested 99% accurate, and I'm at 98% after a month and a half. So I want to forward test 3 months, maybe 4. So I want to see if the criteria that I put down, this is the footprint, right? But the footprint alongside volume weighted moving average, also moving average strategy, upside strategies, and immediate short-term time frame crossing, downside crossing strategies. It's a lot of metrics within one code. So alongside the footprint model of volatility versus momentum, I had to consider what's the criteria for a downside. How can I make this thing decide that it's going to fall or that it's going to take profit? Because notice here that it went long at this point, and then it took profit at this point here. That means that I have a certain criteria for for risk management. So here, trailing stop loss set at 5% or 5 ticks, meaning cents, right? So 5 ticks below the current high. So if it moves 5 ticks below, it'll trailing stop, and then it'll wait for the volatility versus momentum to set again at critical, and then it'll enter again. And rinse and repeat historically forever. As long as it exists, as long as I'm maintaining it, as long as my broker exists. And this is not the end of it. I'm developing the trading algo, so I'm gonna make a bot trade it without me there. So I won't ever have to look at this to compound cash. I literally will just have to make sure to come in and just make sure that it's running correctly, and then that's it. It'll just continue making its abundance in time, over time. At an exponential rate, though. At a very fast rate. Tesla falling or what, team? Apologies for the rant, team. I really just want to show you that there is an example here. Damn. Wow, Tesla is going to pressure the markets to the downside. I actually understood what you said. Best educator, Arca, my dude. I appreciate you so much. Yeah, seriously, Samantha. This is Arca's brain and code. Stig Vicious has told me the same thing. He tells people, dude, you have no idea. When I speak to this guy, he's usually in his studio or in the garage, like creating his own chat models, like his own, like Chat GPT. I actually am. That's why I posted yesterday that I wanted that huge video card that you saw, the 4070, the NVIDIA 4070, the 12 gig. I would like a 16 gig, but still, the 12 gig would do it because I am in the process of building my own Chat GPT. How does that even sound? What does that even mean, right? I'm creating a local Chat GPT that will require no internet and will be able to answer anything pertinent. So that's the reason why I put that picture up last night of that. Are the prices going down? And because of that, is because I need something more powerful to. I need a strong video card for it to run. For it to run the system. Your own Chat GPT, yes. I know it sounds ridiculous to say, but I promise. Yeah, I'm in the process of building one. Right. That's what. Yeah. That's what Stig Vicious said. He goes, dude, are you insane? Oh, did you really, Zeph? Thanks, dude. I'm gonna check that out. I don't know that I want the 12 gig. I may actually try to reach for the 16 gig. I don't know if that's the 4070 Ti or the 4090 maybe. I'm not sure, but I have to look into that. Of course you are, says Snowdrifter. Dude, I just really want it. I want my. It's like an assistant, right? But I want my assistant to look at live market data so that I don't. So insanity or genius? I say genius, dude. They both come in hand. So insanity and genius are actually one and the same. Could you please look at MRES? Yes. Let's look at it. I promise. Oh, jeez. He goes, Stig Vicious tells me, you're like a mad scientist, man. Yeah, the 4090 has 24. The DDR6, oh, shoot. Do I have DDR6 support? Is it, what if I only have DDR5? Could it forward look? Is it forward compatible? Maybe we are talking to it right now. Proof of living required. Dude. GPU RAM is different. The system. Okay. So I could. The 3070 gang. You're part of the 3070. So, dude, right now I'm running. I'm running the standard RTX 2080, but it's fast, right? It's got 8 gigs. But to run the chat model, I need significantly more. Arca Vision, man. Cal used to say that very same thing. Anyway, so now, yeah, let's look at MRES and see what's going down with this. Okay, so let's look at the 30-minute immediate short-term time frame, because it did come back down to our loading zone, right? So it's also the chop area that we were looking at. But what are the probabilities here? Finger moving up, 482, good deal. Okay, so we have, could it be already correcting? Man, look at this. That means that we're facing some potential pressures from the 15-minute and the 5-minute to the upside. Okay, slight upside. And on the 5-minute, let's see. Correcting from a previous wave. Let's see the hourly time frame downside. Bi-hourly downside and 4-hour downside. Okay, so this still has some space to drop, and I do think that it can. Let me use the 4-hour and the 8-hour for examples here. The 8-hour time frame is using the EMA 7 and SMA 10 as resistance, so that means that the downside is likely. Okay, so now going back to the 4-hour, could we find maybe some support there? Okay, now from the, let me get rid of that. And let me add this here. Let's see if I can add in. What am I missing, first of all? The SMA 100 is a little too low. Where are... Oh. That's a little too far away. But yeah, I see the ones that are of higher interest to me particularly. Let me see the 8-hour. We're finding support from the EMA 21. Let's see the daily. A little too far. Okay, this would be... Hold on just a sec. Okay, yeah, I'm getting... This is... the EMA 21 is highly confluent with the top side of this wick here, which is highly confluent with literally all of this right here. So I now have a range for support. It's not invalidated. In fact, I see... Yeah, no, it's not invalidated. In fact, I see this as just part of the natural ebb and flow, right? I mean, also the markets themselves are pressuring this to the downside too, but it's pressuring it to the downside because it's already overextended. So there, I mean, while that drop already happened, we could be in the recovery already, and we're not seeing it just yet in momentum because they're delayed indicators. All of them are. So what I'm gonna say here is that for now, while we're not reacting in momentum, my downside thesis is gonna stay strong at the space between 203 and 198 before a bounce. And there is really nothing to stop me from thinking that this is going to continue to the upside. So in fact, it may consolidate for the next day or two, because now looking at the day at the buy daily, look at this. In the gravitational zone of the bull strength percentile, highly likely for it to continue to the upside. And this is also in critical expansion. So this is high volatility play. And also, oh my goodness, let me see. If we were using the body on an opening basis or a closing basis instead of wick, this is breaking out and retesting a triangle. So the top side to this formation would be consistent to this, or body, right? So consistent to this here, and that would take us to the resistance that I'm already speaking of. So 330 to 367 is still in my scope. The last thing we want is actually to close in 1 day and 3 hours. Okay, this is not an invalidation, but it is going to show that there could be a potential continuation to the downside. SL, thank you so much. I don't know what to say, my dude. That's really crazy. Thank you, dude. That really means so much to me. I hope to continue helping retail, my dude. I promise. We all are doing some part, right? Just like Ham, just like William, we're all doing whatever we can from what we know. And it just so happens that I'm really close to how institutions trade, and I'm often looked at like an enemy, right? Because I trade like them. But it's just I need to, right? In order for me to protect myself and my family, I need to know how they play it, so that I can play it back to them the same way. The current retest, this is presenting a little bit of danger here. Yeah, they're gonna get even more volatile as we approach FOMC next Wednesday. That's gonna be dangerous. Okay, so this is a bearish engulfing candle iteration here, formation. And we have 1 day and 3 hours to close this. So what day is it today? This is Thursday. That means by Friday close, this bi-daily iteration will close. And if we close anywhere, next week is going to be fun. Dude, I know. It's going to be insane. Go Chiefs. Hold on for me. I'll go ahead and take a look at it. FNGR is really going up. So, yeah, one more thing, team. If this closes anywhere beneath the opening valuation of this candle here, which is 223, if this candle closes beneath 223, I mean, that would create a bearish engulfing formation, and it would introduce a downside. So that may be the reason why we see this downside here to this target, 198 to 203. In spite of this bearish thing, and then also the fact that we're printing all these wicks to the upside. When you start to see long wicks like this to the upside, that usually shows exhaustion from the bulls. It just means buy pressure, the buy side liquidity is slowing down, and there's really no problem. It really is just part of the natural ebb and flow. And I do think that it would be ideal for the price to actually come back down to this zone, as it would likely load up. It would likely load up a set of bulls here that would rally this thing. And remember that the 3-day. Oh my goodness, we have a silver cross on the 3-day. Hold on. Oh, the 5-day just happened. Oh, what? That is huge. Okay. I didn't notice this before. Thank you, Barbara, for having me look, but check this out. Sebastian, if you're here, guys, Zephram, all of you, if you're here, take a look at this. This is the weekly time frame. We are in literally live right now. We're in the process of creating a massive macro scale silver cross. That is going to be huge. Okay, so let's look at historical events for that. Okay, what's happening right now? The yellow crossing upside of the orange. Look what happened here. The yellow crossed over the orange and bam, right? So let's look at this over here, right? So the yellow crossed over the orange right over here, consolidated for a bit, validated, and then you just have that massive run, right? So historically speaking, the crossover strategy has been quite eventful, right? Even let's see, not that one there. No, okay, this one right here, right? Huge upside run, man. If you're curious as to what that run is, look at this: upside fake out, bottom side fake out, then run to the upside. Literally doing that same thing that the other assets are currently facing. So let's just put it this way. The percentage to the upside based on here, not from down here. I'm just talking about from here. Okay, this is probably huge. Look at this. That was a 400% move to the upside. Oh my goodness. All right, so yeah, the power behind this is just massive. This candle here, from the opening of the candle to the top side, let's measure it. That was a 50% move to the upside based on this tiny cross. That's a tiny crossover, right? And that's not to say what's happening. Oh my goodness, what's happening here is just infinitely powerful, because this is leading towards an upside, and it's an upside crossover. So upside crossovers are usually the most powerful ones, right? So this past iteration here, when we crossed it, let's just say that we longed from here instead of down here. Right, so that upside thrust that you faced was 170%. Yes, I will. This time around, I will. I'm not going to have... I don't have a doctor's appointment. We came back so late from that, and, you know, we had to prepare dinner and you know, attend to the kids and all that stuff, so it became super hectic. I could not continue. I'm going to look at FNGR right now, okay? But this is very important, team. This is very important. And this is, I mean, this is probably minimal what I'm looking at for an incline here. Not financial advice, and also paper training as well, right? So I wouldn't let go of my position yet. This is set to make a pretty powerful upside. Wow. That is powerful. Okay, team. So yeah, not a problem, Barbara. Just keep an eye on that's a macro. That's a macro. Oh, here's another validator. I didn't see this either. We have inclining volume with inclining price action. That means it is not nearly done. It's just getting started. What's going on, Arca and team? What's up, my bro? Good to see you here. Good to see you here. Okay, so let's go back to FNGR, team, and see. Well, man, look at Tesla. That's going to pressure everything to the downside. Oh, geez. COSM. Okay, so where is finger motion? You know what? I'm going to use a master. Should I? I think I could use it here. Yeah, let me just use it here. FNGR, let's see. Oh, wow. Cool. Very cool. What? Look at this. Oh, man. Finger as well, guys. Oh, dude, the 5-day. Oh, yes. Yeah, no wonder it's going up, man. It's creating the silver cross, too. We identified the 3-day cross just a few days ago, and we said we're likely going to go up, and we did, right? But then the stupid news or whatever happened, I don't remember what it was, but but yeah, look at the 5-day time frame. Man, I told you guys that we were cascading these moving averages. This is powerful. Oh, goodness in heaven. Will your trading algos be available for us? Yes, they will. Likely in well, I already have the new ones up, right? Those, what you're talking about is the trading strategies. So the trading algos are already out, the ARQ, and those are proving some weird results, man. I don't know. It's like sorcery of some sort, man. I did not expect it to be like that, right? Like. Yeah, we got, yeah, you did, man. You got them for sure. I saw. Thank you, my brother. Oh, buddy, says Zephram, dude, this is Arca. You were on the money with TRKA. Oh, nice. Bounced right off the 229 and might be making another bull run. No need to review. Just wanted to let you know, bro. Thank you for letting me know. That's awesome, dude. I know that so many people are along that. A lot of retail stuck, but yeah, guys, this. Team, this is very powerful, okay? So something is happening within FNGR, and that's... Guys, I'm sorry. I tried my best to say 438, okay? I thought I was going to reach 430, 438, right? So it went down to 442 and screwed us all. That thing was like, nah, we're not going to go down to that level. Or you know what? Or people could have been influenced, right? They could have said, well, Arca said 438. That means 445 for me. Let's go. I get that message all the time. Dude, is that seriously running like that, bro? Wow. GFAI wants to break 7. Massive price. Yeah, we were looking at TTO too, guys. This is prepping for something very interesting, and the upside is just beginning. Damn it, man! Damn it! The July 21st calls, you guys. That sucks. Let's see what, man. so much volatility presented in so many different tickers right now. Oh, Jeebus. Oh, man, that sucks. Yeah, the guy's stochastics is pointed straight up on the hourly. Oh my goodness, look at this. Wow, it's just starting. Oh my goodness, man. I wanted to check it on my phone to see if it's similar everywhere. It is. Oh my goodness. Oh, look at that. 30% ADX. We have DMI support crossing the bears right now. Hourly upside, bi-hourly upside, entering critical. 4 hour already getting that upside too, guys. Remember how I told you that there's no direct way for me to tell you things, right? So I have to be creative with my words. So I can tell you that this is very likely going to continue to the upside. That when I told you, read me, try to read me. Dude. So you bought back in at 450, bro. Fire. Yes. We're talking about paper trades here. Yes, that's right, Welby. Get a webcam so you can wink at us. Dude. Oh my goodness, man. Imagine that. I do, man, I have a whole camera set up actually. It's good enough, actually, you know. It's the Nikon D5600, 34 megapixels, right? It's 1080p 60 frames per second. You, sir, rock. No, you do. Ian, thanks, bro. I appreciate you, man. But yeah, so team, if you're able to, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, 5 sounds good. I'm trying to, Lil RD, let me see. Is that like 22? What number is that? I'm trying to make something out of it. My brain is like, oh, what is it? What is it? What is it? Like, it's literally throwing papers around, throwing books everywhere, trying to find out what you mean by the XXII. Origin, my bro. Thank you, dude. What? We can celebrate that? Dude, thank you so much, my bro. That means a great deal to me. No. Sorry, my dude. No. That's really interesting that you say it like that, because a lot of people tend to complain when they win in the stock market, saying that it could have held longer. It would be ideal for us to come into an understanding that we won, right? Even though you could have gotten more, that's fine, right? But still, we won. Whatever happened to WISA, big disappointment, dude. That and a few others too. I forgot about that ticker entirely. What are the high targets now if we see an upside on FNGR? 4 hour time frame, EMA 21 located at 511. That is what I'm looking at next, okay? But this is for the short term. I'm talking about tomorrow. Can I really say it like that? Yeah. I'm looking at 484 tomorrow. If we combat this, I mean, look at this. Look at the EMA 55. Look what's happening with the price action. We're trying to convert it into a support. This orange line is the EMA 55. So the 55-day closing period exponential moving average, to say it to you out loud so you can know what I'm talking about. So it takes an exponential look at an average of the price action over the last 55 days. Exponential versus simple just means that the exponential will follow closer, or will keep price action in deeper consideration than the simple moving average. And I find the EMA 7, 9, 21, and 55 to be the most useful exponential moving averages. 13 as well, you know, some even the 14, right? But more so than that, it's just the EMA 7 and 9 kind of give me an average of those two anyway. In multiples of 2, of course, you know, 7 times you get 14, you get it. So that's just what I mean. So yeah, that's if we combat, if we succeed the upside of 511, then this we're playing the play again, just like we did before. So this would be my next zone. Actually 2, because if you remember, I was talking about this blue zone here, and price action succeeded way above that, and then came back and tested the blue zone into a support, and then continued. So, so I expect to see something similar to that. In fact, if we do get a pullback, then it would likely be to the EMA 55, 21. Sorry, this one here. So a huge upside run, and then everybody getting scared as hell again. It's like, it just went from $6 to $5. What's happening? So, but please remember, team, that I spoke of this in several interviews and space calls and all that stuff. If you do recall, I said that as the price action increases into higher and higher valuations, then the swings are going to start becoming way more volatile and way bigger. Okay, so that's going to be a lot of stop loss hunting. Okay, team. So, yeah, man, real disappointment with a lot of tickers right now, including Tesla, right? And 192, man. This is approaching a very interesting zone. And again, 33-cent bottom based on the Black Swan event. I don't think that it can reach that, but anything's possible, right? But COSM feels like it wants to touch down to these bottom levels here, and that, I mean, like I said, team, it could be a shakeout. We don't know, but we have to be reactive to whatever's happening in the data, and then we'll see. Okay. But yeah, please remember, team, that it's just I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a dude, a normal guy. All right, I just have a different way of looking at the markets, and that's all. Is it barcoding? Is that you said VIRI? What the heck is going on? Here we go. Where are we? Where is it? Where's Viri? Here's Viri. Let's go to the hourly. So, oh man. Yeah, consolidation, man. This is it's good. It's actually good. Look at the hourly time frame. It's already created the SMA 50, the EMA 21, and the EMA 55 into a support. Let's see the 4-hour time frame. Nice. Yeah, 4-hour time frame has. Oh, is this too? Hold on. Thank you for having me look. Hold it. Stop the crap. Let me go up to the weekly. Oh, yeah. We're getting closer. Oh, man. There it is. There's the very 3-day cross that we saw. And we're prepping for an upside cross on the silver. That we're prepping for a 5-day cross here. Now we have a natural inflection zone at 188. That I don't see price action failing that. We came back. I'm sorry. We succeeded the EMA 21 by testing it several times. We also resisted from the EMA 55, retested the 21, and now you can see the moving averages. These two, they're converging, getting very close to each other, right? So this is indicative of a breakout here, and this is very likely to continue, guys. If it does capitulate, it's not going to be for long. I'm trying to say 188 could be the lowest zone that I think that it can go. Of course, it can always go lower. You know what I mean, right? But I think that the 188 could be that bottom side for this to realize that inverse head and shoulders that we're speaking of, right? So that those targets are massive. I don't even remember them. Let me see. So the psychological price objective for this, let's see, could put it right at about here. It could be upwards of 460. And not, of course, it can happen within a day, but I'm talking about 460 over the span of a week or two. Yeah, about a week or two. If price action does run organically and not pumped like manipulated, right? Because it would really suck. Sorry, guys, that's my huge 64-ounce hydro flask. Yeah, I think that this is prepping itself for a huge run, and it's just getting ready. So FNGR 487, damn, it's still going. Yes. What is the date today? Can we recover anything from our YOLO calls for tomorrow's expiry? All right, we've recovered $10. Dude. Oh my goodness. I suspect price action to continue to the upside, team. Careful with Tesla. I think it's funny because we had a good earnings report too. So let's see. Underwhelming quarterly results from the index giants Netflix, Tesla keep U.S. equity bulls at bay. Yeah, that's what I was saying just earlier. That tickers like Meta, Tesla, all of those giants, they're gonna keep the broader markets low if they continue pressuring that downside. Normal guy with an abnormal brain. Oh man. So TTO. Oh yeah, let's look at that real quick. Right, because that had a huge fake out this morning, it looks like. Let's see. Limited downside on the 4-hour. That limited downside could be I would honestly say that this could drop to. Let me see if it shares any conflict. Oh yeah, lots of it. I'll write it down. I'm gonna put a box on it. 957. I think I saw it. Let me see. Yeah, 957. Because of literally all of this at 957. To the bottom side of this range here, top side of the wick, top side of the range there too. 899. So 899 to 957 could be a loading zone here before a continuation to the upside. I see that there is constantly pressure happening, and what I would say is that this is about to make more golden crosses. The 4-hour. Yeah, look at this. This is the SMA 200 and this is the SMA 50 teal. It's converging like crazy, right? Wow. Oh, dude. This is it's acquiring the 50-day. Oh, this is very bullish. What is going on with this ticker and why would it be suggesting such? This is very volatile. Like this is going to introduce targets of upwards of 22 cents. Maybe even up to around 25 cents. This is very, very bullish. Why would this suggest that though? What does this have any reason? 4 hours ago, T2 Biosystems Diagnostics test for what's Candida. Auris gets US the FDA's breakthrough device designation. The shares rise. It's an FDA breakthrough. Wow. Yeah, this I guess it was it was reactive to that, and it already gave back 100% of what it gained. That's not to say that it's done there by any means. It's not done here. I do however feel that this is reaccumulating for another bounce, and this downside looks very limited. And the bi-hourly is already showing that there could be support. Damn it. So if it doesn't reach all the way down to I'm now thinking that it may not even reach down here. But the SMA 200 on the bi-hourly is located there, so sometimes that 200 is very important to test. Right? But I would give you one more. I'm going to give you one more target just in case. Okay, and it's a very small one. If it even decides to reach down here, which again I apologize, but this is a very narrow support zone. So 975 to 991. 2 potential zones, and I'm not even sure that it'll reach it. But very, very likely this can continue. And it's showing just a lot of, it's massively bullish. If it rejects at for some reason, it wouldn't be because of momentum or anything. It would be because of the sentiment. But yeah, this looks very good. But team, I gotta go ahead and wake up my little guy. It's already after 11 o'clock. So 9:57 to what for my paper? Yeah. So these are the ranges that I'm looking at, Sam. I'm looking at 975 to 991, and then 899 to 957. This is what I'm not sure that I can reach that, but sometimes you'll get that flash wick to the downside. But that's remember what I was just talking about for COSM and for all those other tickers. So you have the flash to the downside, you have the flash to the upside before a huge upside. Right, so it's doing it right now. So I think that this could be prepping for something massive. Accumulating paper, that's right. All right, team. So yeah, let's go ahead and cut it off here, team. I gotta make sure to wake up my little boy. I have to try to keep him in schedule. He gave me a little bit of a hard time yesterday, but it's all good. It's life. All right, team. But I will come out with videos tonight, right? So GFI holding above 7. Man, I can't wait to look at it later on. But I do have to get my little guy up. So if any questions, reach out to me, team. But please remember that I really am just trying to look out for retail here. No nefarious activity, just the truth. All right, team. I'll put out some videos tonight, as we do not have some doctor's appointments, and I will follow up with everyone too. Okay, team. So, but yeah. Thank you, moderators. Samantha H., Mark Roach, Zephram, what'd you say? I think retail's just exhausted with holding COSM, and the offering might have just broke its back. I think so too, dude. But yeah, team. Smash the like button, says Daryl. Snowdrifter saying thanks for all the words of wisdom, my brother, of course. Terrence saying thanks for everything, Arca. Thank you, my bro, for joining here. Next financing, take a peek at MRT. This could blast off any minute. Why must you tempt me like that? Let's see. Hold on, where was I? Yeah, oh, let me actually pull it up on. Yeah, I can pull it up here. MRT. This was recently IPO'd. Oh, I don't have that. I can't read. It doesn't have too much information. Okay, it's about to acquire the 21. It just did on the hourly. Yes, it is validating right now, and it's creating a pennant during an upside, so it is bullish. So if anything, there could be a reaccumulation here. I would say anywhere, without failure, I would say 151 to about 149, and then this could be set to make a move first at first resistance to 172 and then 184. Upon combating that 184 with an hour minimum closure, I can see this continuing to the upside to 218 conditionally. The hourly RSI is already showing potential support. It's in the gravitational zone of the bear weakness percentile. And MACD is starting to show that it could be making a bullish cross soon. Or, oh, sorry, I already made the cross. But it's diminishing bull pressure. That's just because of the reaccumulation. Maybe the 30-minute has or the 15-minute, let's see. Yeah, short-term downside for sure. That's definitely indicative of it. Okay, good. Never mind. False alarm. Whew. It's just when I don't have that much data, it becomes difficult to read, right? It just IPO'd. There's possibility for more upside tomorrow. I'm gonna wait myself. I do have options expiring tomorrow. It's funny because the August ones are the August calls are the ones that are gaining, not the July ones. The July ones are just sitting at I got a minimal amount of July ones because I felt that there wasn't enough conviction there. Not a problem. Next financing. Thank you. Let's connect tomorrow and catch up on a few things. Have a few things in the works. Yeah, of course, dude. Please, reach out to me wherever. Right. I don't care where you reach out. I will reply. But we can also speak in private too, my dude. Okay, team. So Zephyr says, "I told you I bought some August calls yesterday." Wizard, dude, the wizard at work. Wizard Sulu. Dude. Love you, buddy. Man. I sold August finger with profit. Yes, good job. All right, team. So let's call it here. I will talk to everybody very soon. I'm just gonna get the little guy up and then we'll hang out. All right, team. So I love you all. I wish you well, and I will release some vids tonight. We'll talk soon, okay, team? Adios. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Peace, team.